Hey guys, this is Hydra from xtrades back with another video, and in this video this is going to be sort of a continuation to the last video that I made. The last video that I made was about finding momentum leaders in the market, and this video is going to be more about how I make my watch list. So this is going to be more of an introductory video, right? It's not going to go too in-depth, but I just want to share all my scans that I used for creating my watch list. So this is the first scan, and if you watch the momentum leaders or finding the best momentum stocks video, then you should already be comfortable with this scan, right? So this is the first scan of the 4, and this scan is basically tries to find the best momentum stocks, right? And this scan has 3 filters, right? So average volume has to be over 500k, price has to be over $20. So what these two do, basically, I just want to be trading liquid names, right? I don't want to be trading small caps or like penny stocks or very illiquid names. So that's what these two filter out for me. And then the last thing is that performance has to be the stock must have made at least 100% move in the last year. So I only want the best of the best names, and the reason behind that is because the best names always continue to go higher and higher. And yeah, this scan is perfect for finding the stocks that have at least doubled, right, and have more potential to run higher and higher. And Nvidia is always an example that I come back to, right? Nvidia, when Nvidia first doubled or even tripled, people thought, yeah, this stock already made way too much of a move in a very short period of time, right? But Nvidia proved everyone wrong and kept going higher and higher. So yeah, this is basically what the first scan does. Let's go to the second scan. So this scan is something that you can run on a more like daily basis, but this one I call up on volume. So what I look for is that relative volume has to be over 2. So basically, I just want a stock with high beta. So, sorry, not relative volume. This is different. So relative volume actually just basically is saying that I want to find names that have had like almost 2x the volume compared to normal stocks or regular stocks, right? So stocks with a lot of volume, and then the performance has to be up today, and then again price over 20, and then average volume over 500k. This is just for liquidity purposes. And I'm basically going to the scan is basically going to show me all the stocks that had a strong candle today. So that's pretty much it. So any stock that had a lot of volume and was up today, I will find these stocks on the scan. And then the third scan I look for is new 52-week highs. So this is very similar to the first scan I was talking about, finding momentum leaders, right? So this one, it's not about finding momentum leaders. So in this case, we don't have to necessarily filter out for stocks that have doubled or at least doubled, right? And in this case, or in this scan, you'll find more slower names, right? As names that move slightly slower but are continuing to trend up higher and higher. So for example, names like Apple, Microsoft, Meta, Google, these are not names that typically double within a short period of time, right? But these are stocks that can continue to make new 52-week highs and continue to grind higher and higher. So this is basically what this scan tries to capture. And yeah, let's just go over it. So again, average volume over 1 million, price over 20. So this time slightly more liquidity, because I want to make sure that the stocks that are actually grinding slower have more liquidity, right? Because if I'm trying to trade stocks with less liquidity, I would focus on the stocks that have the most amount of momentum. But if I'm looking for stocks that are stable and continually hit new 52-week highs, I want them to be more liquid and more institutional names. And yep, new 52-week high, and then the beta over 1. So beta is basically how a stock performs compared to the market, or not performs, but for example, if the market moves 1%, then and then another stock moves 2%, then that stock has a beta of 2%, or that stock has a beta of 2.0, because it basically doubled the market's gains, right? So that's all beta means. You're just trying to find stocks that can outperform the market and are slightly more volatile. And then, yep, last scan is gap ups. So this is another scan that you can run on like a daily basis. So this one is similar to the up on volume, right? But this time we just want to find stocks that have gapped up at least 3%, average volume over 500k, and price over 20. So this is again something that you could run on a daily basis, right? So yeah, those are the 4 scans. I'll just go in a little bit in depth into the gap up scans, right? Or the gap up and the up on volume scan. So for example, this one looked like it gapped up, but it ended up filling its gap. So this is not a good candidate. ALAR, this one looked like it did gap up, so that's good, but this one is in a clear downtrend, so we can avoid that. So this is basically what I'm thinking when I finalize my watch list, right? I want to find the best of the best names. I want names that are in strong uptrends, and I want to pretty much ignore everything else. So this name I can automatically ignore. It's in the downtrend. This name looks very good. This is a name that I would definitely add to my list. So it looks like it's been in a strong uptrend since 2024, and it had a very nice breakout today. So this is a name that I want to add to my list. DHR looks okay. This name is slightly choppy, but yeah, otherwise it looks fine. CCK, this one looks like it's trying to break the downtrend, so this one looks decent. ELF currently looks like a bear flag here, so this one I would want to avoid. HCA, I think this one looks a little choppy again, but looks decent. This one looks okay. It's trying to gap up here, or it did gap up here, it made a big move, but this one also looks choppy again. That is in a very clear downtrend. PNR, this one looks good. It's breaking its downtrend, so that's a name I want to watch. This is a clear avoid, right? Downtrend. This one looks like, this one I think is just this one gaps up and gaps down very weird, so I don't think this one's a good candidate. Yeah, this one is in a downtrend still. This one looks good. This one is in a downtrend. Spotify looks good. This one is still in a downtrend. This one looks choppy, or it was very choppy, but had a strong breakout recently, so this one's worth watching. And this one is definitely way too choppy, so this one we can avoid. So yeah, that's basically how I filter the names. So that was the up on volume, or up or gap up, right? Now let's go to the up on volume and do the same thing. I'll just run through my process real quick. So this one looks like, yep, did have a nice volume increase, but downtrend. This one's choppy. This one looks good. This one I would add to the list, right? Very, very nice breakout from the flag, and then it broke out again today. So that's a good name, good candidate. Bro, we already covered that one. CCK looks okay. CrowdStrike, nope, that's a downtrend. DPC, downtrend. This is too choppy. GE looks good. It's been forming a flag, and then it finally broke out today, so that's a very, very good name. GLNG, this name has been in a very strong uptrend and broke out today, so that's a very, very good name. This is an avoid. This is an avoid. Both are choppy. LMT, this one looks like it got a very strong breakout today, so that one should be on the list. This one is in a downtrend. This one looks good, getting a very strong uptrend, getting a very strong breakout today. This one is an avoid. This one is an avoid, right? Way too choppy. This one's also choppy. PNR also looks good here. This one's downtrend. SAP we covered. S looks like it's trying to break. It's trying to break out of its space here, so this one is worth watching. Spotify looks good, trying to break out. This one, yeah, SHW was a little choppy, way too choppy. This one looks good, way too choppy, way too choppy. This one looks good. So yeah, covered 2 scans there, and I covered the momentum scan in my last video. And then let me quickly go over new 52-week highs. So again, I just want to be focusing on the strongest names, right? And names that are not too choppy. So this is choppy. This is choppy. This is choppy. Choppy, choppy, choppy. This one looks good. Okay, we covered that. This one looks good. This one's choppy. This one looks good. This one looks good, but also slightly choppy. This one looks decent. This one looks a little choppy for me. This one looks good. This one looks decent. This one is an avoid, way too choppy. This one's also an avoid, choppy. GE is good. GMED is good. These are both choppy. These are also both choppy. And typically when you're running through these names, you want to focus on names that are well known, right? Institution names, because they tend to work out better compared to like random names. IRM, this one is very, very strong. This one looks good. KBE also looks strong. MTG, very strong breakout. This one looks good. SPGI, this one looks good, but this is just S&P Global. Spotify, I like this because it's breaking out of a big base. I actually know the chart. I'm not saying that based on this chart, but the weekly chart. These are all like slow grinders up. I want to try to find some stronger names. But yeah, Xeon had a strong breakout. But yeah, so I don't want to keep talking forever. But yeah, so those are the 4 scans that I look for when I actually create my watch list, right? So gap ups, year-to-date winners. So these are momentum leaders, new 52-week highs, and then up on volume. And gap ups and up on volume, you can run that on a daily process, and then year-to-date winners and new 52-week highs, you can run that once a week on the weekends. But yeah, that's pretty much how I create my watch list, and I stay up to date on the best and strongest stocks in the market. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in.
There's a reason why xTrades is currently the fastest growing application on the market for sharing financial ideas. With over $2.5 million paid in the last 2 years to contributors, users are flocking to see what trades the top traders on the leaderboard are sharing in real time. If you're looking to grow your reputation as a trader on the internet or discuss your trading ideas with other reputable investors, click the link below and get connected with a trading mentor today, completely free of charge.